I think people are free to decide what they want to do, and it all depends on their constituents, whether the constituents are supportive of them.
But for the good of the party, is it good for the UDP that Mr. Vega offers himself as a candidate again?
That is a question that his constituents will have to determine.
But at some point, the party leadership, just as it did with Ms. Moya, just as it did with the farmer Marcel Cardona from Orange Walk East, at some point the party says we have to cut our losses.
Yeah, when the party does that, we know clearly that this is not going to happen. That
Is it
you're
time
not going
for
to
the
run.
party to do that?
That is not my position, but it's not a matter that I have spent time on. To be very candid with you, there are so many allegations, and as you know, I am under so much pressure that I hardly have time to deal with other people's issues. But the democratic process is to be allowed to have its way. And ultimately, all politics is local, so that it will depend on the people in Orange Walk as to whether or not they think it is prudent for them to elect the Honorable Gaspar Vega, And I think it would be presumptuous for people like me who don't live in Orange Walk to interfere in that kind of thing or to express a view.
But do you support it, sir? I don't think you really answered that question. Do you support it?
If I support his aspiration to want to run, I can't disagree with that. He's free to do that. He's a Belizean and is entitled to offer himself for office.
But he is inked with a very tainted brush. Mr. Vega is seen as a symbol of misfeasance, let us be kind, in public office. That is not a brush you want to be painted with, I imagine.
Actually, Jules, I think that is a brush that most people who held that position are tainted with. Most people who have held the position of Minister of Natural Resources,
But
to my
perhaps not
mind,
for
I
that
don't.
reason.
Well, you say it, not me. You say it, not me.